Remembers this little girl and her younger brother. Have a listen.
Children, they work with the social services.
And what did they do to you?
They do sex. They touch each other. They touch me and Gabriel. They are plastic pulleys. They stick it in our bottom.
Who does? Who sticks it in your bottom?
Social services. Everybody does. All of them.
Who?
Everybody.
Does your mother do it?
No.
Do I do it?
No.
Who does it then?
Papa, Mrs. Holling, the school.
Parents.
My dad's
Tell me more people. Tell me some more people, please. I'm interested.
Parents, police.
What about the teachers at school? Who's the main one?
Papa, Mr. Hollings, Mrs. Forsyth.
Who's Mrs. Forsyth?
She's the head teacher of our school.
And what does she do?
And she does sex. She got a big mark with a big tattoo on her private.
This is STM Global News and World Report. Today we're going to talk about the predators, trafficking networks revealed. Trafficking menace exposed. Rachel, take it away.
Hi, this is Rachel Israel with STM News and Global World Report. We have breaking news that will have a huge impact on the global scene in the very near future. Let's take a look at what's going on around the world. Tonight, we turn to a crisis hiding in plain sight. According to the United Nations, nearly 50 million people are trapped in modern slavery right now. Not in some distant century, right now. The UN Office on Drugs and Crime reports a 25% increase in detected trafficking victims since 2019. Child victims alone are up 31%. Women and girls make up 61% of those identified, and 58% of victims are exploited not in some faraway country, but in their own. The scale of this crisis reaches every level of society, including the most powerful. Jeffrey Epstein operated a trafficking network that preyed on underage girls for decades, shielded by wealth and influence, before his arrest and death in custody in 2019. His associate Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted of conspiring to recruit and abuse minors, and is now serving a 20-year federal sentence. More recently, music mogul Sean Combs, known as Diddy, was charged with racketeering and sex trafficking in September 2024. He was ultimately convicted on prostitution charges under the Mann Act and sentenced to 50 months in federal prison. These cases share a pattern. Power was used as a weapon. Vulnerability was exploited. And for years, the systems meant to protect people failed to act. So where do we go from here? The international community has identified 5 pillars for fighting trafficking: empowerment, prevention, protection, prosecution, and partnership. But turning those words into action remains the challenge. How do we close the gaps that allow predators to operate in the open? What safeguards can protect children in an increasingly digital world? How do we ensure that wealth and celebrity no longer serve as shields against accountability? And how do we build systems that believe survivors the first time they speak up, not decades later? These are the questions that demand answers. Nearly 50 million people are waiting for them. For STM News and Global World Report, I'm Rachel Israel.
Thank you, Rachel, for that report. As usual, you were right on the money. You had it point blank. Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, he is something else. It's not just him. It goes all the way up to the reins of power of which he was connected.
What happens in the church?
And we do baby sacrifice and eat the baby.
What do you mean sacrifice and eat the baby?
So we kill the baby and eat it and drink the blood from it.
Is that true, Gabriel?
Yes. And we dance with the skulls.
You what?
We dance with the skulls in the church.
What skulls?
Skulls of the baby.
Pardon?
The skulls of the baby.
You dance with the baby skulls?
Yes.
And who kills the baby?
Papa, me, and Lisa. And
Who kills the babies?
Papa.
And what, he gets you to help him?
Yes.
Shoot.
So he tells us to hold the hand with a knife, and then he holds his hand on our hand, so then he cuts the baby's head off. And then he puts it upside down, and then we drain the blood.
And then what they do?
And then we cook it, and then we drink the blood, and then after we go and dance with the skulls.
Wow, that's a lot. You know, I remember growing up as a kid, and I'm kind of old, so this goes back to the 60s and 70s, but, you know, that wasn't a thing. You never heard of kids getting kidnapped. You know, we would walk to school to first grade by ourselves. It was just not a thing. And so you wonder, how did it go from that to what we're seeing now? And if you're not picking up on it, I don't see how you can't. I mean, if you're a baby boomer, you remember the days where you could walk a mile to school, be a little kid carrying a metal lunch pail and a knapsack, and nobody would bother you. It wasn't even a thought. And then, you know, later on, I guess it was about my high school days, you heard about some kid getting snatched. And it was just like a light bulb moment. Everybody just kind of looked at each other like, that could happen? You know, it's weird. But today, that's all you hear. In fact, it goes all the way up to your leadership. And then you have people talking about, well, you should have voted this way instead of that way. And I just look at people and I think, well, it's two wings of the same bird. I mean, on one side, you got super left, which is, I'm not going to go into it, but it's one type of perversion. And then on the right side, you just got another type of perversion. And you can look at it and see what the perversions are. And, you know, it's the same spirit. It's just a different expression of the same thing. So you know what I mean by left side. You know what that looks like. And then you have the right side. We're seeing what that looks like. And so it's just two wings of the same bird. The bird is dirty. And you got to think this through. We have to do something about this, or are we just going to let this go? You know, or do you accept it, or do you give these people a pass? Because they sure wouldn't give you a pass. You follow, you'd be doing 20 years at least. And there's people walking around free as a bird, may still be doing it. But, you know, we're not going to dive into all of that. But yes, this is the real predator. This is not, you know, like the movie Predator. You know, maybe we need Arnold Schwarzenegger to come into it. But, you know, this just can't continue. We can't continue this way. So I don't know how this is going to all end up, but I know this. There are countries that we look down on, we think we're better than, yet they are far more moral in their outlook and in their daily walk. I don't know if it's the corruption of money, you know, power, but this thing has gone to another level. And usually when it keeps going up a notch, it keeps going up a level, until somebody says enough. So when do we collectively say enough? So, I'm not going to go back and say, hey, let's go back to the good old days. That frame of thinking, going backwards, that just puts you in a bind because everything else is moving forward. So I'm not going to say move backwards. So with that thought, let's turn it over to Rachel Israel. She'll close this out for us. Rachel?
Well, that's the news for tonight. Thank you so much for continually supporting our content. If you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and share this with your friends and family. I'm sure they would find it interesting as well. We're very excited to continue this journey with you. We thank you all for bringing certain stories to our attention, and for continually keeping us updated with certain events around the world.
Book for Kids, Volume 2. Available August 15, 2025 on Amazon. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Children. Color 30 fun designs of inspirational verses and Christian artwork. A beautiful children's coloring book designed to fill your child's mind with the positive words of God's love. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Kids was designed to be a fun, yet effective way to help children calm their tension. Hand-lettered quotes and adorable hand-designed illustrations will inspire your child as they reflect on God's promises.